my channel. My name is Fadekemi. Today I have a special guest, right?
Yes.
So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 1 year marriage updates and answering some questions that I got on Instagram about, the journey so far. And also, we're just going to be sharing what we think about 1 year after marriage, right?
Yes.
So if this is your first time here, just hit that subscribe button. Tell them.
Yeah, hit it.
My name is Fadekemi. I'm a Christian lifestyle blogger and YouTuber from Lagos, Nigeria. And this is my husband, Mr. A. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. Okay, so for you, what would you say, like, if you were counseling people that were just going to get married, like, in the next 1 month or some days, what would be the biggest thing that you would tell them that they should know before they get married? What would you, like, not just know, like, what should they practice when they get married?
When they get married, number one, you have to be truthful.
Truthful, okay.
Yes, you have to be plain, as in come clean.
Come
As
clean.
in let your spouse know exactly what you want, and then try to know what she also wants. Don't expect too much. Just go there as you love the person, and be as simple as you can be with your sister and with your brother.
Be as simple as you can be with your sister.
With your sister and with your brother.
I don't understand.
What I mean by that is that you don't expect too much. You're not expecting anything special from your sister. You just like
okay,
your
so
sister.
treat them like you treat your sister or your brother.
And your brother, yes.
Okay,
So
I
you're
get
not
that.
expecting too much from your brother as a lady. You just love them because they are your brother. And the same way, when you go into marriage, you will not have unhealthy expectations that could result into frictions along the line.
Unhealthy expectations. That's so good. For me, I'll say communicate. Like, that's like marriage 101. No matter what it is, yes, you can be angry. Yes, you can, do shakara small, but try to communicate how you're feeling. So my next question is, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned in marriage in this 1 year?
Thank you. I think number one.
The way you're saying thank you, I see I'm a CNN reporter.
Yes, in this case, you are the guest.
Okay, number one.
Number one, I would say, yes, you don't come with a preconceived notion and idea.
Don't come with a preconceived notion and idea.
Now, forgive in advance. I think maybe things you see. Of course, no, we're not talking about violence here. We're talking about the petty things that do occur. Be ready to forgive. But maybe because I've prepared my mind that I will be a man that will let go of anything, so I don't allow anything to come into our family, our relationship. So no situation is big enough to cause us any quarrel that will not allow to talk or to flow in a day. So that's we're sure. So I've learned to do that. So those are the major lessons I've learned.
That you learned.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very similar for me too. It's a case of forgiveness. Like, I've learned to forgive and just like forgive really, because if you don't forgive, like, you just be setting up yourself for unnecessary drama. So I've learned to forgive. I've learned to just forgive in advance, like you said, because before we got married, I think that was a statement you made, like, you forgiving me in advance, like, and I was just, since we've gotten married, I think that's one thing that I've seen. Another thing that I can say I've learned as per marriage is just the fact that people change. Yes. But not like in a bad way, but like, for example, before we got married, he used to go and watch. He used to, like, not watch football like that. He'll be like, oh, my team is playing, but don't worry, I'm not going to watch because of you. And my own head will swell. But now, I have to just, like, you say, babe, I have to watch this football. I'll be like, okay, go. Like, I don't take it personal. Like, oh, you're leaving me to go and watch football. Oh, like, I've just realized that, okay, things change. Like, you must adjust as the things are changing. Like, don't have, like you said, don't have unhealthy expectations. Like, yes, have expectations for what you want for your marriage, but like not unnecessarily high expectations, right? Those are lessons that me have learned so far. So let's get into the questions that you guys asked us on my Instagram page about, marriage, 1 year update, and everything. So the first question is, what do you think about gender roles in marriage?
Normally, I don't really have a particular role for any of the gender, but it's just based on what we're good at doing. You understand? If I know how to cook, definitely I would have been cooking, but I think I'm not good with that right from time. Also, providing, um, because I do provide, but I don't think it's bad if she also support or provide as well. I don't want to say support in this regard, so it would be as if it's my responsibility, and I don't want to say that she should cook as well. It would be as if it's a responsibility. But however, it's been that the role has been like this. Like what we've been doing so far is that I've been providing, and
Wait,
she's been.
wait. They said, what do you think?
What I think about this
Gender
role,
roles
the
in
gender role
marriage.
in marriage should be there's no particular role. Per se.
Exactly. That's
No
it.
particular. It's just about what you are good at. Some
Yes.
people some guys are good in the kitchen and they can actually do a lot of stuff. So it's
But
not
do those
bad.
guys like to cook? That's the question.
And some because of the mindset, the society,
Exactly.
and the rest of that. So they've thought that role should go naturally for
woman,
women.
yeah.
But I don't think so because I also believe that a woman can also take even another role of supply for the needs of the family.
Like, I feel like let everybody, any family, like this person asking this question, I don't know what was on your mind when you asked this question, right? But like, I feel like you shouldn't be going to Instagram or Twitter to seek what should work in your family, right? You can follow people like thought leaders online to hear their opinions, but like at the end of the day, you have to base it down to your own family needs and how your family works.
Yeah.
Baby, you're looking at yourself.
Okay.
You're doing like this. Okay, as I was saying, so I feel like you should, really do what works for your family. That's the only thing. Like, for example, in our own family, my husband can't cook. And I knew before I got married to him. So it's not a case of maybe I'll not enter and start saying, oh, you don't cook. I'm the only one that cooks in this house. I'm tired. Da, 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 da. Yes, when I was pregnant, we had, like maybe he would go and get food or something if I can't cook. Like, in our own family, like, when it comes to gender roles, there's no strict, this is how it's supposed to be kind of thing. Is whoever is earning more should provide more, right? Whoever is available should clean or something. Like, just what works for your own family is best. And that's why before you get married, you should have these discussions. Okay, before you get married, you should be asking the person you want to get married to, what are
Yes.
your thoughts on gender roles? What are your thoughts on women cooking? If the man tells you, a woman must cook, it's her duty, then don't marry him if you know that that's not the one you can do. It's just so simple. Like, you don't need to now start having fights because of that. These are arguments that people have on Instagram and on Twitter, but in real life, okay, they don't work, right? Whoever can cook should cook, or whoever wants to cook should cook. If you know that you don't want to cook as a woman, you better don't marry the man that will say you should cook. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna marry
Simple.
a chef. Same thing as a man. If you know that as a man, you require your woman to cook and clean and do all of that, you want that kind of agidigba woman, marry somebody like that. Don't go and marry somebody that will be arguing with you every day. You know, say, my wife is a feminist. So next question says, how has having a baby affected your relationship?
Whoa. Yeah, definitely. It's a necessary disruption, but it's a positive one because it's something you prayed for, you long for. Now, secondly, it has taken some part of my wife away from me. Truly, yeah, absolutely. But it's something that I have to man up to because we cannot be competing. We cannot be competing, she needs time to take care of the baby and be with the baby, and sometime in the night most times she won't be sleeping, and the baby and the baby will be crying, so it's not easy.
Right. let me say what I think, how it has affected our relationship. For me, I'll say that it has not really affected how we relate with ourselves.
No.
Right? This is not like it hasn't really, like, maybe we don't talk anymore, or no, like we carry each other along in the, like, if the baby's laughing, if the baby's crying, if the baby poos or whatever, I'll be like, come and see what the baby did. Like, I carry him along with the baby. He too, he carries himself along, so we are good. Like, there's no issue. Yes, there's distance now, because not really distance, like, but like the schedule and everything has changed. Obviously, we can't just do things anymore. We can't just go on dates anymore. We can't just, like, for example, when we did our 1 year anniversary, like that day, we couldn't go on a date because we had a whole baby. Yeah, we can't just do things anymore. We have to put that third person in consideration now. But like, personally, like, our relationship with each other is still intact. We're still intentional about our friendships, about our friendship. We're still intentional about it. But in terms of distance and, change of schedule, change of things, definitely it has affected it. But it's not negative. It's still like a blessing from God, and we're still thankful for it. So it hasn't really like affected in the way that people make it look like, right? It's cool, we're good. Just be intentional, like carry your partner along. Both of you should talk about the baby. When anything that's going on with the baby, as a mother, I'll be telling the father, when my baby has a rash, I'll say, come and see my baby, the baby has a rash. Like, we carry each other along in the matter. That's just it, right?
Yeah.
So was 1 year really hard? Was it hard?
Not at all.
And the same person is asking that, is there any expectation gap? What's the expectation gap in accounting? This person is actually an accountant. I know the person that sent this. She's asking expectation gap, because expectation gap is the difference between what you expect an accountant to do and what an accountant does, or an auditor. Right? So, is there any expectation gap? Is there a difference between what you expected marriage to be and what marriage is?
No. I think it's even on a positive note. Like, I find it easier than expected.
Yeah.
So maybe there's a gap there, but positive.
Okay, but positive. I don't. What I expected marriage to be is what I'm seeing in the marriage. Like, even better. Like, I'm not. I wasn't expecting like everything to just be like high. Like, I didn't expect to be on cloud 9 all the time, right?
No,
I expected. I had realistic expectations, and we are good. We're doing good. So there's no real expectation gap. It's just, we already knew that, okay, before we go. That's why, like, counseling and just, informing yourself before you get married is very important. So we already did all of that before we got married. So we don't have that problem. It doesn't mean that we don't have arguments and like talk.
Yeah, we do. We really have arguments?
We do now. We disagree on things, obviously.
Like
yesterday, didn't we argue about GDP? Sometimes we have like arguments, obviously, but not serious, and we don't disrespect each other in the arguments. Not like saying,
not a
"Are you foolish?
Argument.
Are you mad?"
Not a destructive argument.
Yes, exactly.
Kind of constructive argument that we laugh about, and it's just a normal.
Yes, if we don't agree on something, we don't like. You don't have to be, condescending in your argument, right? So there's no real.
And doesn't take us apart. It doesn't cause any friction that would not be able to flow afterward. That's what will become.
I think the major thing for me to I'll just say is that both of you should just be led by the Spirit of God, right? So that, in fact, if you want to even be angry at the other person, you remember that the Holy Spirit inside you say, anger lies in the bosom of fools.
Yes.
And then you won't be angry.
And you will not be angry. An angry man cannot be anointed. An anointed man cannot be angry. So it's a true.
My husband is a very spiritual person. No. He's spiritual. He's a pastor. Hallelujah. I'm not saying I don't get angry. Like, even like most of the time, like if I get angry or if I don't like what he did, I really just communicate. And he's a very calm person. Very calm. So you just be like, babe, okay. He talks, like he's a talking person. So we don't have communication gap also. We're good, right? The next question says, are things going the way you planned? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the marriage, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So both of us, we got into marriage with the expectation, with the mindset of our first year doesn't have to be hard, right? A lot of people on YouTube everywhere, you just hear them saying, "Oh, first year was hard. Oh, first year was hard." For us, we said we don't have to make that our reality. Okay, if you're planning to get married now, you don't have to make first year is always hard as a reality. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be the way they are saying it should be. Okay, you can decide, I'm going to be intentional about my marriage. Even if there are issues, even if there are problems, we're going to talk about it and we're going to get through it together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so any last words, anything else you want to say?
Just be led by the Spirit of God. Allow the Spirit of God to lead you in what to do. Don't have a preconceived notion
about
or
what marriage
ideas
should
about
be.
what marriage should be.
Yeah.
And then believe that you are the actor in this, so you act it out what exactly you want, and then make sure you enjoy every single day. Don't over expect, don't under expect, just be normal and be simple.
Don't under expect. That's one thing actually, because if you under expect, you think your husband is a liar, your wife is a cheat. Like don't
have those
subscribe to that.
That's
Men
one of the
are
major
scum. Women are
secrets.
this.
One of the major secrets is that we don't have that mindset. She doesn't have that, and to me, it's a winning point because she allows me that freedom. There is trust, and that peace is what oh my God.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've learned something. I hope this video has been enlightening and edifying. If you want more videos like this, tell Mr. A to come on the channel, guys. Comment below and tell him, Mr. A, come on this channel. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you. Mr. A might not see you, but I will see you in my next video.